one-dimensional picture. Don't know how that really works when it's still a picture. I must really be particularly bad at painting. But Nexus with the double op could also do really well against the, you know, hard collision style that Bad News Eagles have been going for, if they can actually get that up. So there's that to consider as well.
Smoke flash here for Scenario, already throwing that smoke over towards that A bomb site. Bomb is actually situated at B, so wonder whether Nexus will pull that extra player over. Raga, solid anchor player, but they're getting access to jungle as well, so difficult on the rotations. Bad News Eagles could always go the other direction. They haven't gotten these entries they're looking for, but Cemente and BTN being found so quickly. Raga as well, inquiring over to the apartments, but gets caught jumping up. This bomb getting planted, still 3 on 2, made back into 2 on 2, but now Zello has to try and clutch things back.
Kid is nearby on the bomb site, but the problem is that Synopsy and Rigon both have been given so much time. Even the flashbang in Synopsy's hand, Rigon and himself both full HP. This flashbang could be all they need to dissuade Zello. Actually, it's used, but really more as a firework to celebrate their round win. Bad News Eagles completely outmaneuvering out Nexus over there. Getting the player into jungle early just makes it so much more difficult, like you mentioned, Michael, to have those rotations work out for you.
Hell yeah, and if your lurker as well is finding a kill all in the meanwhile, then comms are going to be cluttered there for Nexus. 2 kills sort of lent over towards that A site. You could see, I think, that led Raga to look for a bit of information over at B just to make sure they were properly committing, and he found the brutal truth and brutal headshot alongside it. Oh. Long's peek through mid. The smoke didn't bloom quite fast enough, and Synopsy catches the bullet.
Oh, one flasher could end up being caught out of it. Cemente late peek. If he'd gone a little bit earlier, fortune would have favored the bold, but right now there is no one who is bold on the side of Nexus, mostly because they're largely dead. Zello, long range peek will give him 1, but I mean, the smoke is down. He's being tagged as well. Flying saucers all over the place, unidentified flying objects, and they are terrorists, my friend.
No longer retreat from the connector, has to continue pushing forward. GXX holds his retreat. Secondary player as well going for a long wrap. So isolated fight here onto Rigon, but he stands his ground. BNE blasting onto the scene. 2 up already. Of course, that isn't up against a full buy. Nexus forcing into that with the Deegs. That shot we missed there from Long. Certainly a chance as well for Cemente on that late peak you were talking about, but outside of that 1 kill from Zello, and nothing looking too clean. Probably a stack call coming out for Nexus, you would imagine, but it's going bog standard. Deegs are out, P250 as well. 5-7 for Zello, entering into the underpass, and we'll soon realize that B is completely vacant. On his top middle. If he does find a good timing, he could find that under his feet, but a couple of kills being found by Juan, make that a trio.
He's so sharp. It's like, it really looks unfair with how good he is at clearing these angles on Mirage. Like I said before, it's one of his favorite maps. I feel like the way he plays it out, the way he dominates the T side, even CT side sometimes, his Deagles. I mean, I hope we get to see them. The way they're dominating, they might never need them, but that's a separate story. Of course, early days right now.
This is where things could start to get a little dicey. Of course, it won't be the double AWP investment here for Nexus. Couldn't quite afford it, I don't think, on the Raga side without making a heavy compromise. Zello has to run without utility. E&E, all these rifles postured up at B. Zello boosted up immediately.
Oh, Zello misses out over here, and this is going to be his demise. That aggression, he had to get the kills in one flat shoe. It looks like he's on the anti-eco all over again. He just got shot after shot. Makes it look easy. And Synopsy, sure, that's 1 casualty of war, but yes, whatever.
It's like they downloaded his brain about what he wanted to do with that AWP. Couple of kills being found by Cemente does make things a little bit more interesting. Wonder whether they're going to start to run back. Bomb timer is still relatively...
I'm telling you, Michael, he knows. He just knows.
Yeah. Well, it was looking relatively good to recontest. Raka started to move his way back over, but with that kill, taps out. Yeah, it's like they downloaded exactly what Zello wanted to do with that AWP. The flash couldn't have been more perfect. You know, he jumps across as well. Just as he fires off the shot full blind. Before Zello knows it, there's a T player in his face, and his name's Juan Flatro. I think you discredit him a little by saying this looks like the anti-eco, but he is just as sharp. You can see these shots raining in, the quick reactions there.
No, I meant it in a good way. He just looks like he's tearing them apart like there's nothing to fight back with.
Yeah, that is true. These guys are shooting rubber bullets. It's like they do half damage.
It's more like their bullets are just slower. They can't get to him before he just kills them. Three players through the murder hole. Never fun. And that shot being hit onto Zello is a reminder that, you know, we're talking about Juan Flatro. GXX is not one to be ignored. Regon as well, already in the bomb site. In short, Raga is good for one, but actually makes it out two. So, alright, suddenly, could be a potentially contestable situation. Longs as well finds Regon, and with the bomb not yet planted, they do have the smoke to be able to at least put into a bit of contention. Juan Flatro has heard Raga actually boosting up himself, and he's going to be crouch peeking forward. Wide swings around, and Raga, as he was the savior of Mirage before as well, is looking to deliver a similar performance over here.
Free bomb site, 1-on-3 here for GXX, so he can just steamroll over, make sure the underpass is all clear. Nexus have swarmed A. That's where all the previous battle happened. A lot of room for GXX to get this plant. Maybe look for one of these isolated picks. It's all about whether Nexus group up and capitalize.
Oh.
Fancy footwork as well from GXX, getting to the apartments quick.
The confidence.
I'd look stupid for the camera if he failed it, but now he just looks so damn suave.
GXX now. Molotovs all making their way over. He's even got the first shot anyway. Smoked off one as well. They still aren't on the defuse. He's got another. Don't ever forget it. GXX is the name, and can he get the third? Moving out wide, and he's got it right at the nick of time. Bad news, Eagles. You can clip their wings, but they'll slap you silly anyway.
GXX, you beast. Not only showing us that confidence in the clutch, pulling off fancy footwork, but also just hitting every single shot. They double Molotov the apartments. They think it might just be all good. They don't even consider it for a moment. That kill through smoke is really what seals the deal, and he had great internal timings as well to get the diffuser.
Man, was right at the nick of it.
Just a small chance. Nexus, false hope.
Wow.
I think of another clutch quite like it.
Yeah. Stylish in and out. Now, Juan Flatro does end up going down to Raga. Let's not forget that it was not a round where Nexus really invested into. It was just a round which was sort of given over to them. BTN now knows where Synopsy is. At least he should have some idea of it. And as the peek's gonna come through, BTN does adjust in time. Looked like he was getting ready for a pre-fire of his own, but he can adjust. Unfortunately, he'll have to adjust to the afterlife as well. GXX has ended up presenting him it. Even so, the bomb site has got Cemente pushing out a little bit too far forward, and with that, he's left Raga behind to die. Do they realize that Cemente is here, though?
Should know that he's the A player, so should have some sort of an inkling that it's a possibility. GXX not considering it, not in time. Rigon would have had an easier fight with this. Rifle on rifle action, want to take control of ramp at least. That's a great post plant to hold on to for this T side, but now they're trapped in no man's land. Rigon still fighting his way out of the situation. Scenari repositioned in towards jungle, close con. The jump spot there from Zello, knows exactly where he's positioned and not gonna find it. Instead, round the corner, Scenari trying to dance up and down the stairs, and it's another clutch in for Bad News Eagles. They cannot get anything to fall their way. 1-on-3 now, 1-on-2, back-to-back rounds. Bad News Eagles 6-0 start.
This is just the ultimate example of force. It really is. It doesn't matter what Nexus does. It's sort of like when you... It looks like Nexus is fighting up against someone who's like 4 weight classes above them. You can punch them You can get all the points in the world,
all it takes is one right hook and you're knocked out.
It really does seem like that. Points don't matter if you're knocked out.
God damn. Seen some flashy stuff. Expected the caliber of Bad News Eagles, but Nexus. Again, I'll bring up this point, but what is their mentality got to look and feel like right now?
Someone put them in a MRI or something.
They gave up a 12-3 lead. Now, back-to-back rounds, numbers advantages, and they cannot close out.
Cemente. Oh, gone. Cemente traded out very soon after he gets the first. And Michael, to put it into context for any of the viewers, I think at this point, what Michael's referring to is that over the past 20-ish rounds of Counter-Strike Bad News Eagles, Nexus has played, they've only gotten like 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, I guess when you put it like that, it's gonna be dissatisfying for Romanian fans. Bigger fans than the players in the server. Unrelenting. Not as though their money is flowing off the charts with the 7-0 start. A couple of bad situations that they've been bailed out in. Nexus didn't commit to a full buy themselves. Just a couple of upgraded sort of SMGs, some armor as well around the pistols.
Just a small update, Michael. I just checked. They have 1 out of the past 21 rounds that they've played has been going to them.
That's a yikes for me.
Yeah. Mentality shattering, for sure. Question is, do they have anyone here to pick up the pieces and glue them back together, maybe? Maybe not. Quick push out. They've gone for the double prong assault on the B. Raga's been cut off as well. The spacing is perfect. You already have the execution, and Synopsy brings down the guillotine from up above. Nothing. Absolutely nothing being given up to Nexus right now.
Watching the WWE, they're on the top rope, but instead of slamming into you, he's hit you with a slingshot. Good kill for Zello to maybe back away. 1 on 3, he's trying to fake it out. Doesn't have a kit to sneak in the defuse. Might be one on a teammate. And not even considering it, just trying to see if anybody else chases him down. They're already inside the A site, so that's where the next assault is coming from. Even these orbs out of Nexus's hands is so crucial. Talked about it before on their previous Mirage showing up against the Blue Jays. Double orbs a big part of the way they like to play things out on the CT side. Zello keeps hold of it. Got dinked through the edge of the wall and won't overface after the fact. Good kills to find, but still no round wins. It's these fast, explosive plays here from Bad News Eagle, just running themselves through middle, the quick B split, the pincer assault. Raga, try as he might, he got the first kill, but retraining on another angle, too many targets to focus on. Again, that spacing you're highlighting, a key part of that.
When he jumps up, I think he got the Glock headshot on him.
Might even just being a AK through the edge of the wall.
Could be.
Similar damage.
I'd just like to believe it's not possible to headshot someone when you're jumping up with an AK, even though I know that's not true, but
well, it's gotta go
wishful
somewhere.
thinking. And it's true. And right now it's going inside on Fatra.
The round where Nexus have got the opening pick. It's not like they've been struggling to get these opening duels. They've done them in a fair few rounds. It's almost always led to a Bad News Eagles clutch. They're bad.
Bad Eagles just sounds like they can't fly. They just suck at being eagles. It's like a vegetarian eagle.
Like the Peacemaker sidekick.
Ooh.
Cheeky.
Solid. Nexus might be about to get their second round out of 22, but I'm not going to count Bad News Eagles out yet. They've seen too many clutches, and they've won too many of them for me. 2 on 5, a little bit harder than everything else so far, though. Especially with GXX revealing his position and walking into long. Synopsy will trade out 1 at the very least, a grenade as well to go out forward. There is Kevlar also on the remaining players.
Oh god, surely not a 1 on 5. Come on, don't do it.
At least he's setting up for it. At least he's putting himself in a position for it. Synopsy. Big peek out. Almost adjust for BTN as well. And Nexus, they will be given a ray of hope. Let's see whether or not they can maybe break apart some of the bricks. Find a bit more light to come through. See if they can get something done with it.
Yeah, needed a round like this, it feels like here for Nexus. Having so little to bring into this round and could really slingshot their economy back into some sort of success. We see that double ult grace the server again. Wonder if this will speed things up one time over here for Bad News Eagles. Slow things down. It feels like you'd almost hope not for the latter, considering the success they've had in some of these faster paced plays. Also just can't give up that opening duel so easily. They know that clutches aren't consistent. As cool as they might be, as hyped as you might want to think this. Can't expect everybody to pull the X's out of the bag. Raygon does get found on the underpass play. No presence top middle, so BTN just peeking out the window. Uh-oh. Oh, what?
Looks like some landing inaccuracy.
Yeah, seemed to be.
Do you know if the landing inaccuracy or out for a jump boost, actually? Or it stays for longer?
It should just be about the same as any normal jump.
Okay. Because I don't actually know if it makes a difference on, like, sort of the speed or the verticality on which you fall down after the jump.
I think if he takes an extra sort of 0.25 seconds, or like half second there, he gets that kill, effectively. But shot as soon as he landed, saying Counter-Strike Source. Well, I didn't play much Source, but I remember learning about the Source-style peaks, courtesy Kenny S.
Did he play Source?
I believe so.
He was
to go for those sort of jump peaks as well and go early days.
Fair enough. BTN though. Early kill onto one plant. True solid place to find themselves in. If Nexus can bring themselves to a comfortable 3 and have the money going into the 4th, honestly, it sounds strange to say it after the dominance they've shown on Bad News Eagles, but this is a salvageable half. You know, they haven't gotten to that double-digit territory yet where you can truly feel happy with whatever happens in the half, no matter what.
And it's like you compare the score that they had against the Blue Jays as well. They also got off to a slow start on their CT side. They were able to sort of, 7-2. Then they had closed out the half 8-7. So could remain on trend here. It just takes a little bit for them to get going on this map. Just the way that they were losing those rounds. Devastating. While pulling themselves out of the devastation through despair, you find a greater strength. Great position for Saminte. Flash won't do anything.
Nothing at all, especially... Oh no, Flash just walks into him with the deagle. Zello, good trade, misses out the second though. That Tech Knight could be problematic, but it's been dealt with and quickly. BTN sends his regards. And Zello, well, he's just signed off on them as well.
It's crazy. Like, you consider the confident start there from Bad News Eagles and Nexus just reeling 0 and 8. And now that they've gotten 4 straight, the way that they've been able to keep so many players alive as well has meant that their money has flown through the roof. It's in the start, 12k in a few players' pockets. If Bad News Eagles can knock them down a peg or not, whether Nexus keep on trend and recover this half once again. Losing opening fights hasn't been a way to get there, not at least in rounds prior. Nexus down a man early. At least BTN will hold on to some control. Peek in from middle, and the jump up from Bello is audacious. They couldn't quite believe it. You punish
BTN was communicated. The second player though, Michael, because he didn't look ready for Rico. Neither does he for Raga. Oh ho ho ho!
8 saves a day.
Indeed it does. That could have been a shot at the head otherwise. GXX now alone versus 3. We've seen this story before, but it had a different beginning. Might have the same ending, though. GXX does not have the bomb. Does have the time. Does have the exact same work to be done.
Wonder if they're going to read into this a little quicker than last time. They retook the A bomb site before rotating B. Now Lonks going into the underpass. GXX jump spotted this last time over, and actually he will hold it up. Oh, he reads it, but he legs him. Lonks will be counting his lucky stars if he survives that encounter.
He would have just won that. That one kill and he wins it. GXS is so good.
Yeah. Great game sense as well, just to recognize the difference in this round. The fact that Nexus might cheat over. Still not enough. The double ops as well is continuing to have success here for Nexus. You see Zello up to 14 kills. He's been devastating in finding these multi-kills, in spite of the fact that he could very easily have been overwhelmed in a number of spots. How defensive they're playing. Bad News Eagles so good at punishing the forward pushes here from Nexus. Smokes. Quick burst.
Top connector and jungle, but it leaves upstairs. They've got another very odd set of smokes actually being chucked out. BTN is going to be completely gray screened by his own, actually. That's not a T-side smoke. Raygon has moved past in the meanwhile, but the problem is on the other side, Long still lies in wait. BTN moves out of the smoke, drops the bomb, and one Flasher is going to be traded out soon after as well. Synopsy all alone. Left a lurk, but the lurk will deliver nothing. And now with the CT money also being as healthy as it is, it's not even like he's got an objective to accomplish. Nexus very quickly making their way back up to 7.
Yeah, it's strange that we've got such one-sided performances. Bad News Eagles having just their complete their way almost through the entire opening segment of this half. Now Nexus showing us the goods here on this CT half as well. Bad News Eagles stagnating, trapped at this 8th round. Yeah, technically they've won the half. Could have been so much more. Mid peaks, small gap around the smoke there from Zello does get spammed. BTN playing close con. Altov won't do anything, too deep.
Bad News Eagles, so far they've been punished pretty heavily whenever they've been in the middle of the last few rounds, but this time BTN is quickly traded out. They don't notice the player having gone up the ladder room, though. Are they going to check it? With Zello giving this much space over, with him making this much noise, it's possible they completely neglected. But no.
Raygon knife out.
Knife back in, though, Michael. Oh. Raygon peeks into him. What does this man eat for breakfast? How does he know? This bull is not... I mean, probably looking for a duel over towards jungle, don't get me wrong, but... Let's guess it to work perfectly for himself.
Yeah, still critical that he hits that kill. 2 players grouped up CT here for Nexus. Look at ENE swarming.
Cemente already moved past that Molotov. Raygon is gone, but the trades are instant. Raga can't do anything about where this bomb is being planted, and Synopsy knows exactly where Raga is coming from. He's even contesting him. He's contesting the AWP in a 3-on-1. That just goes to show you Bad News Eagles, no matter what you do to them, their mental is unaffected.
Oh, steps finally heard. Looked like Juan might have been caught out, transitioning towards close con, but not to be. After 6 in a row there from Nexus, Bad News Eagles do extend their lead ever so slightly. Few fumblings, that's for sure. These bolts doing so much work, but it's these quick kills in towards this mid position, the sort of mid-round movements there from B&E. Once they got these 2, it was a done deal. Good recovery, all in all, there from Nexus. I thought they might just break down. Again, we kind of highlight their mental, the ability to sort of bounce back after losing a 12-3 half. And then now getting brutalized on Mirage as well would have been... It would have been sad to see, because Nexus has provided us some great gameplay today. There can only be one winner, or one additional winner coming out of Group B. Heavy stack on the B play here from Nexus. No surprises, no differences. Smoke over to the market window, and then they try and swarm.
Oh, Zello just picks out Zenary immediately. He's got the follow-up as well. They've got full control already. The round's gone.
That was quick.
Yeah,
that was so
not a single point of HP lost.
Talk about clean entries.
One Flasher just wants some money. Some kills, some money, and right now Synopsy is denying both of those. Good angles being played right now, but he can't really find Longs too easily. He has to commit to it for a while longer, and that gives BTN the time to come in from behind. Now, BTN actually has overextended. Don't make any mistake about it. Synopsy as well now moving back closer towards that bomb site. They're going to be able to get a lot of money out of this round. Way more than they should have been.
Oh, man.
Nice. That's real nice.
They could buy a Deegan and not feel too bad about it. They're about to lose this round, but get every kill.
They keep the
almost.
They keep the Kevlar.
Yeah, they take damage though. Is the big thing. So it's not exactly free upgrades into head armor. You know, the Mac 10s
I think you can actually buy. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I thought you could buy M4s though without Kevlar, but nah, never mind. Not that many kills.
Yeah, 2.6k. So about where they stood. Both of them getting 2 kills a pop. Would have been 1900 otherwise. 50 floating from the fact they don't. Well, they only buy armor.
Awkward buy.
Yeah, not great. Tomas, the Eagles. Boost up for Synopsy, won't spot anything. Nobody home for Nexus in middle. We play again.
Further drops coming down. Rigon knows exactly what's coming their way. Peeks out, but it's a little bit too late. Just a little bit too late. Nexus move in to cover up their planter and Synopsy. I mean, I just want to try and save this Farmers at this stage.
They deal with this like it's just another anti-eco, which is great to see there for Nexus. Timing's not quite there for B&E. They also only had kind of Rigon defending from the bench, and at some point or another, there was no contact, no extra presence from that CT side. You know, they're going to clear the nooks and crannies. What, 8-1 in the past 9 rounds. They just led with that, so trying to think about how to transition that from one half to the next. Either way, things looking up here for Nexus. They could very easily tie up this game. This is now leading into a full buy here from Bad News Eagles, but not exactly an optimal one. No AWP out on GXX. We see the impact he's had. Go for the boost again. Actually, this time into the ladder room, but they were on the mid-floor. A bit of contest towards this connector smoke. Juan does have an angle, but
I think we might have noticed him there.
ETN's unawareness seems to indicate otherwise. He took a lot of damage.
Yeah, I guess not.
Oh.
Oh.
Spawned the feet, surely.
Oh. And Juan even peeks out from behind there. The problem is he does so really early in before Rigon can actually make his way back over to short. So he will have his body replaced very quickly by Synopsy, but they don't know there's a player behind. BTN just gets one for free. Completely free. He was a dead man walking anyhow, just Rigon to remind him of that fact and put him back down. Zello's demise, though, is really big, and Scenari already with the farmers ready will drop the first as well as spot out the bomb. This is huge. A flashbang down under as well. It's not quite where it needs to be, and Raga can take him down regardless. A 2-on-2 now ensues.
Yeah, Scenari being full blinded, unideal. Bomb planted and still holding onto the apartments as well. They're split here on the CT side and no kits either.
They don't know where Rigon is, though. He's managed to move past him. It's a freebie initially, and a second as well. Brilliantly played by Rigon right there. Great trigger discipline. Not the classical example of it, but just really well done regardless.
Yeah, and just getting there a lot faster than I think they anticipated. The fact that GXX just starts peeking out from the market door. Rigon got to short way too quick. Just overexposed, but some good kills and really putting a decent amount of threat on this round. The fact that Scenari gets overwhelmed like this, the heroics there from Rigon could have been a different story. It's all been about heroics here for Bad News Eagles. Even in that run that they had at the start of the game, we saw a 1-on-2, a 1-on-3. Still heavily impressed by that GXX clutch, that's for sure. But not seeing too much of an impact after the fact. As soon as we get that AWP CT side, certainly changed the story. I feel like it's going to be a key duel each and every time, whether Longs can find an opening at B or whether Scenari comes out ahead just being this anchor.
How is he? Well, Scenari's gone, so that's a key duel that we aren't quite able to catch out on, and it's even more important because Rigon is forced off his angle to go back and try and deal with Longs, but you can't deal with a man who just gets all the entries in the world on a lurk.
Boys, come B, I've got it. We left you solo. We left you for dead.
Bro, don't lie. No, seriously, guys. I've got 4 kills. You know what? Forget it. I'm going to do it myself. Give me the ace.
Yeah, we were talking all about how Juan was looking so crispy on some of these A entries, but Longs does one better. Full gun round to perform these kinds of antics. No support. All by his lonesome. Great target isolation. And that's one of the problems that they're going to experience here for Bad News Eagles. They want to have this AWP. You can almost guarantee that. They want all this extra utility as well. Want to be confident that Scenario can kind of hold his position as well. Not as though the stats from the T side transfer over to being sort of suitable to play your bomb sites. Scenario's been a little cold. Not that it really matters here when Longs looks so hot. Caught him on the jump spot.
Yeah. He's just so clean, every single one of them.
Yeah, that's usually an angle you get punished with when there's maybe like an AWP, you know? Body's a lot bigger when they're double zoomed on your face.
Money's also destroyed for BNE.
They are moving up to max loss bonus rather soon. We should see that AWP come out. Not by GXX won't have to buy for him, even though that's not ideal. They need some extra kills from these pistols.
Look, Michael, I think we asked some questions earlier on about Nexus's mentality. I also have to ask about Bad News Eagles' mentality. First game of the day started off pretty similarly. You know, they get some explosive starts. You know what? This one, however, suddenly becomes a lot more relevant just now. GXX as well. This time you don't have scenario spotting. They might not expect this angle. Raga is not going to clear this. Not in time. GXX just goes for the double ding. Doesn't try and get cheeky for a knife. And now you've got 3 AKs staring you down right when you were about to equalize. Now Cemente has been peeked onto. He's at least able to punish Regon. Problem is, there's another one where that's coming from, and there's another one from CT soon as well. Zello's all alone, and he's missed his shot. He's missed his chance. And they've missed the opportunity to equalize. From 8-0, this would have been such a big moment for them, but losing to USPs, having your money destroyed. What a disaster.
1 P250, 1 Deeg, 3 USPs, and these headshots couldn't have been more critical. Nexus. Oh man, just I think we're starting to get onto that conversation. Like, hey, you know, Bad News Eagles, maybe their mentality's a bit in the dust. Nexus, you know, they may have just recovered. Another round, another where you're probably pretty tilted about how that's all transpired. AWP now out for GXX. All that extra money, they didn't fully commit to that. They look to hammer B once again. Nade was well timed.
Really, really well played. And Scenario will be able to dodge out the flash completely. Rigon and Synopsy are here to give him the required cover, and he's just got to keep himself alive for a while longer. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite meet that demand, and one flat through, somehow he's already here, coming in from behind. He's got the quick kill, and a second on top. The comms not going out, and Raga now all alone. Can't quite pull off the miracle play, no.
You start to notice a trend here for Nexus. They love this B bomb site. It's strange because sometimes we watch Mirage games and it's like mid control into A play. Sometimes they'll go for a B side split, but it's all predicated off of the mid round decision making. But they just keep hammering this with the full exec, and they're finding the kills. But this time Juan cheated up from the underpass. He was holding for an angle. He was actually looking for that fight at the start of the round, and when they hear all those nades coming over, that was his cue to go. Got there so quick, too damn quick for Nexus to do anything about it.
Money just isn't getting better for Nexus either. Unless you can pull off the same antics that BNE did, this is a 13-9. And now look, Scenario, this position is promising.
He's using the B anchor. He's like, let me go A.
This position is really promising. He's dropped the bomb. He's dropped the bomb, and Cemente is able to respond, but the information given up is more valuable than anything else. Now the B players feel the need to activate, and they have to do so soon. Synopsy, they walk into him. Synopsy, good on the spray transfer, can make up whatever he lacked initially. And despite the M4 being recovered, it is still one that's going to be put to grave assault. One flash through as well, right above Cemente. And you are once again in a position where you do not have full utility on the T side buy. Not even close, actually.
Not sure I've seen that reaction from a CT side before. They throw this sort of like lurk one-way smoke where you can sort of jump up to the top balcony position from outside ramp. and there's a CT smoke that's just thrown kind of in the middle of it, just so if you're going into to jump up in this position, you would have been fully gray screened. You would have had to fully commit onto the balcony, and then you're just caught in the air. So, kind of an interesting choice. Wonder if that's a good reaction there from Bad News Eagles. One I might steal. Getting lurked on like that.
GXX is stealing away alive. He's going to have to re-peek out and steal another one. Raga won't let that happen. GXX wanting to smoke it out meant that he couldn't actually go for a fair re-peek early. Stalled for a while too long.
Oh, while taking B control, so it's not all for naught. Raga falling back and being loud about it as well.
Yeah. They know.
Yep, they definitely do.
What's coming their way on this A-bomb site. Snopsy as well. Oh, peeks out wide as can be, but Lonks has actually found one flat shoe, smokes off connector, and now suddenly the second prong of assault is going to be very far away. Rigon nowhere nearby, and Synopsy gone. Scenario unexpected. Rigon is still being checked up by Raga on the other side, and that's going to be a side that doesn't have access courtesy of the smokes being deployed. Rigon's going to have a freebie initially. Zello can just be taken down. Cemente is the main point of contest because of that smoke already being up. As he moves out, free kill right there that we talked about. A nade down to Under Palace as well. The swing out from his player would have given him information soon enough anyway, but a smoke down, and now you've got to try and contest. You've got to try and defuse a flashbang straight into connector, but Raga's already found the kill, and with this, Nexus will finally get double digits, but it isn't cheap. Not even close to it.
One player survives either side, but Rigon not getting as much impact as he would have hoped for out of that Palace flank. Zello just so close. Can't convert on a secondary player. They were all hiding on the side of Nexus, trying to play that after plan. I'm a little surprised that Rigon didn't try to stick the defuse after the fact. Had enough time to certainly do it, but after his teammate got instantly one-bulleted sticking it, so might have just thought they had that lineup dialed in. Smoke didn't go all the way onto the bomb either, so maybe a little gap. Courtesy the Molotov that Nexus threw. Still, they get to double digits in the end. Nice little gap to be found by this mid-smoke. GXX taking liberties and actually clearing mid all by his lonesome. Has called for Juan to back him up.
Oh!
Oh no!
He even hit the shot. GXX would have killed him. That's why he was clearing it on his own. Michael, he didn't call for Juan. He was telling Juan to get away.
Get behind me, man. Oh, they lined up so perfect. Unbelievable.
He even hits the shot. That's what's really tragic about it.
Yeah, tagged it through his teammate.
Yeah. I mean, Rigon is looking to get aggressive and bring it right back. No tragedy for him, but Synopsy's demise is just another to add. There you go. All right.
Doubles on doubles. Not a collateral there for Cemente, but he makes it look easy over at A.
I need to see that replay, man.
As if. He just got there fresh as well. Like, he's not holding for it, and they've lined up. He just gets there.
Counter-Strike is a wondrous game.
That's so funny, man. No laughing matter, though, for the Bad News Eagles. This is looking a little dire. That money, it really bounced back after they found some success on just the pistols. I don't imagine that's something that will slip by Nexus once again. Scenari would do well to hold on to this rifle, but now he's giving his position away. Cemente keeping him locked in place. The rest of Nexus are on the hunt. They vacate the bomb. They know that there's no possibility he could sneak on by. Gonna get wrapped in a sandwich in a moment. Cemente pulls the trigger before his teammate even gets there, and Scenari's pissed.
Look, Nexus, they've gone from these past 2 rounds as well, just ending up with only one player and having a terrible bite of having fully... Oh my god, dude. Aaron's completely different over there if Juan just doesn't walk in front of him. That could genuinely be what causes the game to unravel.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And he's probably thinking like, oh, he tagged me through the wall. Unlucky for him. Ha ha ha. But he shot him through his teammate instead. So...
Yeah. Because now Bad News Eagles, their money's down. They have actually bought into this a little bit as well, but without the maximum loss bonus, it's not going to be looking too pretty. Rigon on the side, a couple of shots being fired out. These Deagles aren't getting anything either. The only one to get a kill is GXX on the USP. And look, you need that extra kill bonus on him, don't get me wrong. But you are in a terrible monetary position right now. It is such a difficult ask, and they don't even ask the question. They go straight into the buy. And Scenarii, god damn it, don't go getting head armor.
I could have certainly skimped out on that. Had an extra HE, maybe a flash.
Flashes.
Yep. Would have had enough for a kit as well. Something that they severely lack on this CT side. Makes all the difference when you're buying so strained like this. The GXX has no armor, and an AWP is really hoping for that impact. And he can't afford to take the same risks that he would have otherwise, because one missed shot, one uncleared angle, one unchecked position, and he never has a fair fight. Aimpun's going to play a certain factor. Mid is free for Nexus. They occupy the territory. BTN as well. Jumping inside of the window room. There's a player right above him. Oh, no, Rigon spotted the gun. Might just be obscuring the vision.
Oh, God. Now he must have. Now he must have.
No,
he has, but he doesn't
him.
realize it. He doesn't realize it. BTN. It's for free. That should have been a double. It should have been a 5-on-3 instead. It's even Stevens, and one is a little bit weaker than the other, courtesy of utility.
Not even confident that's 4x3. Like, that just is the gun model, I think, in the way.
No, he definitely saw the barrel of the other gun for a while. He just didn't realize it. Oh, what a shot from GXX. So that might be enough to start bringing it back. Scenarii as well. Spam through will give a bit more space to GXX to relocate onto the site. Good Molotov from Raga will force him to go for a shot soon. And soon he will. But Raga's already got one. Demente comes in from the side. 4-on-2. Nah, buddy. It's back to a 2-on-1. Raga's gonna get the swipe as well. Let's pull down to one. A 1-on-1. Raga making lots and lots of noise, but one can overwhelm him. The round where he's needed the most, the 29th kill found, a 4-on-2. Disaster after disaster, but this is the man to come through the arc, to save them, to fight another day.
And you have to wonder whether that is miscommunication about how much damage is being done to these players at the tail end of things. Raga had the AWP, Cemente finding that damage. I wonder if he thought that Juan was low enough that the Glock was all that was needed. Might have been a call that he was low. If he has that up there, he caught him off guard.
I don't know if you take that angle with the op, though. Very, very slim angle, but
sure, hard position to be in, but with the shots that Raga's been hitting, you'd be rocking that confidence.
You do whatever you want if you're Raga right now.
Yeah, I gotta trust the teammate's call.
BTN almost gets one for free.
Spotted con player as well, but BTN didn't realize. He pulled out a nade thinking that they just jumped out of his vision. So a read on the setup here for Nexus. But 4 players now coming towards A. This might not be a part of the read.
Smoke is down. Synopsy can still deal with it if they start to move out from it. The question is, are they aware of the player in sandwiches? They do have 2 players watching out for that lurk. GXX is gone early. That makes his A-side defense so much weaker. Synopsy's just waiting, hoping to use his crack. Raycon's also gonna be hitting the curve, and suddenly things are getting harder and harder. One flat through on the side, and Synopsy to reveal. Synopsy to get one flicks per second. The problem is the bomb, and it's gone all the way over to B. Will Scenarii realize it in time? Lonks already in ladder room. And they have to save. They have to save, surely. This is where Scenarii goes back, picks up GXX's AWP. Surely. But no. He'd rather watch out for the crossover. Looks away for a split second, and Raga. Raga.
Could have really brought things back. Scenarii looking for that opportunity. They didn't have a forward position for Nexus. Like, they knew they wanted to go towards B, but still unsure about how vacant it was going to be. Scenarii didn't get there in time. So important that Synopsy holds onto this AWP. It's such a big part of their buy, and he misses the shot.
He moves.
He moves.
Oh.
And I've been liking the way that these AWPers been moving, but not when they're firing shots at one another. That should have been a sitter. Could have been an AWP to be brought forward. A little bit of an X factor for this round. Instead, it's looking like a projected 14-14 tie up for Nexus. Unless they full foul the pistols once again, but I don't think they'll let that happen twice and a half.
Especially not without a Deagle or a CZ, anything at all. Man. 8-0.
It has been a long day, but there have been some key moments where people have to just be able to reset from all the shenanigans and just unfortunate rounds, crazy moments that have been happening. Like, we're 27 rounds in, but there have been so many rounds that sat on a knife's edge.
Only USPs.
Only USPs.
Look, even if you can save some AKs, this is going to be really big, because let's not forget $2,400, man. That's terrible loss bonus in this situation. One's down. Raygon meets him. Doesn't even look like he's got much to save. At least GXX does get one kill, and AK picked up. Look, if you can get another kill off the back of this, it's another $300. You're putting yourself into a position where actually you still can't buy the naked op. So Synopsy, you know what? GXX, he'd really just like to be able to save this AK, but it just seems impossible. It just seems impossible.
Yeah, Raga hunts them down just as they're trying to, or maybe reset, escape into spawn, because that bomb was making its way over to the A bomb site as well, preventing them jumping CT. And yeah, they buy up. Bad News Eagles feel like it's go time. They do have that AWP out.
I'm so done with the helmet buys.
Yeah. Not like they're going to be buying SMGs at this point. Actually, they've been feeling good.
GXX has to find this early in. One of the smokes been missed out. He's going to be maintaining this angle down in mid for a little while longer as a result of that, and they knows that there's no one who's pushed through, and they're going in fast to B, and the rotations are going to be on time from the BNE. Rigon's got two, and Scenari's still yet to be revealed. It's so hard to deal with him, and Rigon alone is holding on. BTN all alone. He can finally punish, but vengeance doesn't mean victory. BNE, the most comfortable 15th they've ever gotten.
The most comfortable round they've probably gotten this game. I can't believe that. Rigon just holds his ground on short, switches out to the USP to finish off the job as well. Like, he re-challenges. Some people just, like, hid, gone for the reload. He wanted to help his teammates out, make sure that nobody got out of the apartments, and Nexus couldn't breach it. Could we see another OT? That is certainly a possibility.
Peek out, Zello. That possibility just got extended by a mile. Rigon, peek forward, keeps the spray going, will not be ready for Cemented to peek out. He gets a bit overconfident right there, but one flat shoot falls to the same issue. Now, still a 2-on-2, still as close as can be a nail biter. If you have any nails left, that is.
I think 3 players challenge stairs. Another one even shows his face. How many are there?
There's so much time. They're running. So similar to what we saw from GXX, yeah.
2 players this time. But yeah, I could just run it back to B. They just go silent. Deafeningly so.
Look at this move from Synopsy. They don't have an AWP in their hands. This could be everything. This could be everything. Don't know if he actually noticed them. Doesn't look like it.
He'll miss the timing.
Scenari must have needs to rotate and soon, but no. This is actually going to end up being what looks to be an A hit and full commit, and he's rotating back on Synopsy as well.
They gotta really speed up.
Synopsy's rotating back, Michael.
They don't have time for 15 seconds, man. You have to go.
Smoke over towards the double connector. They're running through this. They haven't managed their clock correctly. Scenario waiting for them to come through. It's in a place where it can be spammed. Reload comes out. The time is gone. Bad news. Eagles will get 16.